What's happening, people? Welcome to the Straightjacket podcast. And you're probably thinking, you know, where's the live? Where's the live? But it is somebody's birthday today. Nuruddin, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I mean? How do you feel today? United can't disappoint your birthday. That's the plus at least. You know what I mean?
You know, yesterday would have been Liverpool game. If all things considered, it would have been Liverpool game. I would have been like in the dumps, mate. In the dumps.
In the dumps. But you know what, man? We're spectators now. You know that, Nuruddin. We literally are preying on other people's downfall. That's where Man United have took us. Is that just a sad reality of where we are?
That's a reality, mate. Bystanders.
Bystanders, yeah.
Bystanders FC.
Literally bystanders FC. Where we have to look at other people's success. You know, I mean, and you know what? Yesterday was captivating. Barcelona. I mean, if you want to
remember me saying people are like they're in the mud. I'm like, they'll be back. I told people. Those,
you should write a book, you know.
Those football teams, both them and Real Madrid. There's too many football people in their clubs, mate, for them to be in the mud for too long. We're 10 years and counting, mate.
You know, some guy yesterday on a tweet, he was like, I said to him, people that said to me, Barcelona were mudded, where are you? Then he was like, you know, it doesn't take long unless you make it take long. And then one guy went to me, but you said United would take 10 years. So why are you lying to the people? I said, listen, we're not Barcelona, that's why.
We're not.
So why are you coming at me, mate? You know, I'm trying to tell you the harsh reality. You know what I mean? This is the harsh reality.
People don't want to accept that.
No.
People are not here for the truth.
They're not here
mate.
for the truth.
They want you to lie to them. They want you to be what, like the club is.
Basically, and I'm not like that. I'm not going to tell you a lie and say to you, Nuruddin, that it's going to take 3 years. Because this football club doesn't allow it to take 3 years. This football club has other priorities. And that's just as simple as that. And when people don't like it, Nuruddin, and you looked at Barcelona yesterday, man, you know they changed the president. Laporta came back.
Laporta's back,
yeah. And that's a good thing. That's a good idea, by the way, having the fans.
Yeah, voting.
You know, voting system. Whether you like the whole
many clubs around the world have that.
Yeah.
Where you vote for the...
Is it Bayern Munich have that as well?
Yeah. You vote for the presidents. Real Madrid have it. Barcelona have it. I think some clubs in Italy have it as well. Where, mate. You ain't... If you fail, it's good night Vienna, mate.
Yeah. Of course. By the way, if you're hearing any background noise, that's just the cats running around. So apologies on that. We can't if they'd rather be in the background or they'd rather mess up the whole scene. You know what I mean? So listen, they're in the background. They're getting giddy. As soon as they see me, they get giddy. I don't know what it is. They're maybe telling me to get giddy about United, but I'm not. I'm not getting involved.
You bring out the giddy in them. Yeah. Actually, one of them is having his usual poo just to welcome Saeed.
Speaking of that.
Saeed, every time Saeed comes here, one of them just says, right, welcome Saeed. They get giddy, run around and they think, right, I'll have a poo just for Saeed.
You see the camera changing, the smell going up to the camera, you know what I mean? But you know what it is for me though? You know, Barcelona, how fast has that been, man? You know what I mean? When you look at, they lost Lionel Messi, but the fact that the recruitment...
And Messi looks like he's in the mud. Do you see the way he was walking around?
Mate, you don't want to be there. And you know what? They were saying that Xavi was like, he's welcome next year to come back. And it wouldn't surprise me if Messi comes back. You know what I mean? But, you know, if you look at it though, do they really need Messi to kind of... Because of the youth project, Pedri, Gavi, you know, they're looking at the kid that they bought from City, Torres. 50 million come out of nowhere. Everyone said they're in depth and they're all this and that.
I told you. What did I say? I broke it down for people. I said, they're the crown jewels of Catalan region, Spain. Spain's made of 17 different regions. That's the richest region. Catalonia is the richest region in Spain. Right? So, the idea that people are like, oh, Barcelona, that's a wrap, they're gone Real Madrid. No, mate. They're the crown jewels. And every region has its own banking, right? So there's no massive central bank. They've got their regional banks. Now, Barcelona are the crown jewels in Catalan heritage, Catalan culture. That's why El Clasico is big. It's not just football, it's politics, mate. And I knew, soon some of the fans are back in the stadium, they make, I think, $1 million a match. Or yeah, they make loads of money, maybe a couple of million a match when it's full, innit? Anyway, I knew that they would get the funding, they would do repackaging, they'll do all these financial instruments.
Yeah, of course.
For them to be able to sign people. And people in this country were like, it's all over. Barcelona are done. Nah, mate. They're on the way back, and they're coming back.
Is that just a?
And they're not stopped yet. They're going to be signing.
I know they will
in the summer as well.
Yeah, because they want to be part of the project. The Xavi, you know what I mean?
Fair play. The way they keep the ball. First of all, yesterday the Real Madrid, right? I don't know what he's doing. Ancelotti playing Modric and Cruz as 2 forwards, and then Benzema is on the bench. All right, I understand Benzema being on the bench, but why are you playing those two? They absolutely couldn't get hold of the ball. And you know when you're in trouble, innit? When Barcelona,
I know,
don't give you the ball.
It was good for them against PSG because it was counter. The PSG were only looking to counter. Yeah. You know, they weren't looking to keep the ball. But when you have a team that keeps the ball, and Pedri and these guys, and
set them on the spin, mate. Some of the Real Madrid players were on the spin.
You know what that made me realise? Yeah, they've at least
coaching, mate.
You know, they bought that Pedri. Okay, they bought the kid, yeah, but still coaching, but also having an emphasis on the youth players. You know what I mean? When you look at United, where's our youth players? Why can't we play Hannibal? Are you telling me Hannibal's not better than Fred and
I didn't watch it, but apparently one of them was having a good game against Liverpool last night. Ghana. But
Ghana, yeah, he did have a good game.
But then, look on the fan base.
But he's 21 though. Where is he going to get brought in?
Listen, look at the fan base now. We're all going to pin it on him to go. He's going to be the saviour. Man United, they ain't no saviours, mate. Big teams move like that. There's a collective, there's a plan, there's a coaching discipline, there is a philosophy to follow, and that's what Xavi's going to bring. That don't mean that they're going to win big trophies, but at the moment, for me, he's got them back to a Barcelona identity ASAP, mate. Within how many months?
Within how many months, man? You can see there's a progress. Europa League, you know what I mean? They're taking that seriously. They got Aubameyang on a free, Adama Traore on a free. You know, I
don't think they've won that trophy. You know what I mean? That's the only trophy they ever won.
Yeah,
they've won everything else.
But you know, I was thinking about Aubameyang and these on a loan, yeah. You know, United, never do loans, and I was thinking, okay, that's not long-term sustainability. But, we just never do like a proper loan deal where we do it for, Carlos Tevez is a good loan deal, even though he snaked us to Man City. But we don't do like a little bit of a loan deal here and there and with a view to buy.
Because we're not football people, innit? We're not football people. We do last minute transfers that panic, like Panic FC. Palestri, you know what I mean? Ahmad,
yeah.
Cavani in the last couple of days, Igalo in the last few hours.
Yeah.
We do that, we panic. Well, it's not. Come on, man. It's not thought out. It's not proper thought out. For me, the Barcelona thing is where people go, "Oh yeah, you're in the mud for years." Nah, you're not, mate. Big clubs come back, find a way to come back. And you know what? I'm telling you now, if the season would have started now, if Xavi would have been in from the beginning of the season, I'm telling you now, they're walking that league, mate. Because they look like the form team in Spain right now.
They are. And you know what? Real Madrid will probably go on to win the league, but I think you get more out of this team here. And it just made me realise, I was looking at that game and thinking, United, how far are we off, from ever even having attractive football, sustainable football where it's it's a long way away. And I wanted to use this podcast to think about the summer, but also to look back on the past. How do you sum up this season for you? Because for me, we started off here, me, you, bits and bobs, Sharks, bits and bobs doing big stuff.
We got Scottish football. We started off with 5 on it, and now we've got 0 on it because we're out of everything. We're out of everything. There's no top 4 people, so people who are getting good. I told him 5 months ago.
Aston Villa.
5 months ago. 5 months
That's
ago.
crazy that you said it at
Villa.
At Villa. Why at Villa?
Because I could see. I can see we got balled. We beat them in the FA Cup flukily.
Yeah.
And they beat us at Old Trafford, but there was nothing. There's no patterns. At the end of in Ollie's time, it was just like make up as you go along.
Yeah.
Go on, guys, produce the magic. And also, there was a sense of like playing without fans and playing with fans, Saeed, is totally day and night.
It is. That's what I did say to a lot of people, but they said to me, "Nah, man, give credit where it's due." And
give credit to what? Playing without fans. Now some of our players shake on the ball. They're shaking.
Yeah. Or they hide away from the ball.
Yeah, or when they hear fans. But when it's not empty stadium, they were there giving it, weren't they? And also, a lot of them can't handle the pressure of playing for Man United. They can't handle the pressure.
You know what? That's as simple as that. They can't handle the pressure.
They can't handle the fans being there or the expectations of the fans. But come on, Saeed. When we're not being, we just got giddy because we like to think good of our football team. We like to think that we can. You know what I mean? Sometimes you wishing it can make it happen. But ain't no making it. At the end of the day,
the hope that kills you, innit?
At the end of the day.
Nuruddin, I did tell you, man. Stop getting these cats to give me a heart attack, man. I'm telling you, mate. Crazy.
Get out here. I think they need to go out.
Yeah, they need to go out, Nora.
Come on.
They need to go out. Get them out.
Come on.
Let them have some fresh air.
Come on.
Give them out some fresh air.
Get out here.
Come on. Out the fresh air.
Before you
Look at this, people. This is live on air, people. I'm not even going to cut it out. I'm just going to let them out here because for me, you know, I don't need no more heart attacks. You know, I've seen United play. You know, it's a joke, mate. It's an absolute joke. But big up to everybody who's watching, man. Keep smashing the like on the video. Big up to everybody who got me to 47k as well, man.
Yeah, man.
You know
big up 47k.
Big up, man. Everybody that's supporting the channel, everybody that's supporting the podcast. You know what I mean? It means a lot to me.
My guy gives Saeed a heart attack.
There we go.
Running.
What's wrong with you, mate? Can you stop? Oh my God, people. This is what we're dealing with.
Get out, man.
Right, get some fresh air, Nuruddin.
They're getting some fresh air. Sorry, people.
No, it's alright.
We can't have Saeed. Man United already do that to him. We can't be having that. The kitten's doing that to him as well.
Yeah. But you were talking about like the scared, you know. I do sense the belief that these players just really can't hack the pressure.
No,
there's some players that love it, you know what I mean? They love the pressure, they love the feeling of
course.
You know, the Man United crowd watching, they have the bit swagger about them.
Yeah.
You know, these lot just don't have that.
But because we don't listen, that's not been from the top down in it. That's not been into the players down into from the top to, you know, from the owners to the board to the football structure to the players on the pitch to the coach, that type of thing. Come on, head up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, chest out.
Yeah, of course.
Give it. That's that culture way gone with Fergie. That went. That's why I said Fergie like had horrendous players towards the end. Still got them to win the league though. That was the difference for me. They mistaken Fergie's genius to the fact that people he still might have needed players. Yeah. But then when he did say that there's no value in the market, you know what I mean? Where could you listen to? You could only trust Fergie. But he could back that up though. He's the only one who could back that up by making average players believe they were amazing. But nobody can do that. Football has changed to be fair.
Football has changed though. But the thing is though, you know, Cleverley was going against players that weren't, you know what I mean, like they weren't standards in it. And if Cleverley now went up against De Bruyne and them, would he have coped? So the standards have absolutely gone up, but have United gone up? And that's a real reality. And we're out the FA Cup in September. Sorry, not the Carabao Cup in September. A 1-0 to West Ham. You know what I mean? Players not trying, players not good enough. You know what I mean? Champions League, Ronaldo. It was only Ronaldo that really.
We're out of the league at Everton, I told you.
Yeah, out of the league at Everton, yeah. You know, the FA Cup, we're out so early on. The Champions League, like I said, Middlesbrough. You know what I mean?
How many did Chelsea give them? 3?
3, yeah.
3.
Yeah. I think, 2-0 it was, 2-0. Yeah. The Champions League, really, we should not have been in it. You know what I mean? If you look at it, if it wasn't for Ronaldo, you know what I mean? And
that's why when you did your... Check out people on the Straightjacket podcast. On the channel ATV. He did him and your guests, Baines and Statman Baines. They did a player ratings for the season so far. And I was in the comments saying Ronaldo, he saved me from Europa, mate. But for me, that's the only. If you asked me, we were doing a season review. That was my only thing I could hold on to. It's the games against Atlanta, games against Villarreal at home. Those games for me, Ronaldo pulling out of the hat last minute business.
Yeah. You know, so speaking of Ronaldo, you know what I mean, when you look at it on hindsight, you know, should we have signed Ronaldo? On hindsight, has it disrupted the season? I know people will look at you and go, what, Saeed, what are you asking that question for? Because at the end of the day, you know, he's got us the goals.
To me, just for the fact that we're not in Europa League is worth it for me. And also he exposed the football club. He exposed some of these prima donna players. He exposed your coaching staff. He exposed the manager.
To be fair, nobody was going to come out. Nobody was going to come out, were they?
Yeah.
And say things.
Exactly.
That's the only one thing I think maybe Ronaldo coming.
For me, when you look at it all, for me, Ronaldo...
And let me know in the comments as well, people.
Ronaldo coming, for me, exposed us all. Because he's a world-class entity, yeah? He's a world-class footballer. Obviously, he's coming towards the later of his years. He's 37, he was 36, with 37 now. And the fact that he exposed everything is that how frail everything at Man United are. When the going gets tough, Man United get running. Get running for cover.
Do you think we've enjoyed that more than what the Glazers have enjoyed out of it, in terms of the commercial, you know, side of it?
But we know that that's the club that built that anyway. It's nothing new. I mean, listen, all summer they kept briefing the crony journalists, the sonographers, that's what I call them. Neil Ashton's giving them the pieces, you know what I mean? There you go, read it, there you go. He writes, they give it to them, and then they copy and paste it. And
of course, and
then report it as reports, right?
Yeah.
They were telling us, oh, we have to sell before we can buy. We can't just, we were saying we need 2 midfielders. We sat here in the Straightjacket and said, Jadon Sancho, we might not need. We need 2 midfield players. And then on the last days of the transfer, someone found 25 million from nowhere.
This is what I'm trying to say. And that's why the question led to me: 25 million for Ronaldo, or go and get a midfielder for that money. Neves, we were touting with Neves around 30 to 40 million.
They're never going to do that.
That was a problem. And I just look at that thinking, would that have changed the season for you? I think possibly it could have given us a bit of a platform.
Yeah,
we would have failed under Ollie.
Listen, we would have had a CDM. We would have had somebody who can play that pass. We could have had somebody who can protect that defence. We could have had more attacking options at home other than playing with Max Fred. But we didn't. We chose not to. And at the end of the day,
that's the philosophy of the club, you know, Glazeonomics, you know what I mean?
That's it. And Matt Judge still there. Matt Judge pulled that 25 million out of his batty.
You
know what I mean?
But
and now it's still 7 months behind in terms of, because a lot of fans globally to want to buy the shirts. There's a prestige when you get it from the club and they send it out to you.
Yeah, of course.
With the name Ronaldo. I think they're 7 months behind in their shipments.
Wow.
For the rest of the world.
Wow.
And he signed how long ago? Yeah, so it just shows you.
You know what I mean? And then, and then it's like a kind of a downward spiral. Ollie gets sacked. For you, too late.
Listen, it was to me, as a Man United manager, you get beat 5-0 at Old Trafford. Unless you won a league before, unless you're going to win a league, unless it's one freak game. Like Liverpool getting beat 7, was it 7 or 5? How much did they got beat by Villa?
Villa 7-2.
So, that's a freak result,
Freak result, This was meant to happen.
Yeah, that's just a freak game.
You don't want to look at that, I still can't believe that.
We got beat Newcastle, but we still won the league. We got beat 5-0 at Chelsea. Nicky Butt got sent off. You know what I mean? Back in the day, we still won the league. We still won trophies.
Freak result.
Yeah, other than when it's a freak result, but a total humiliation for me. You can't go back to the dressing room unless it's a freak. You are not coming back to the dressing room as manager of Man United. It's just, there's certain lines to be a Man United manager. Like, to me, also, I always try to say, it's a football structure. He's got his arm tied behind his back. But I always said to you, and I was honest and open about this, if Ollie's going to get himself the sack, I said that many, I said, if he doesn't change his coaching staff, if Man United don't play better football, he's going to be gone. And I said, and I predicted, I said, Ollie's going to be exposed. The coaching staff going to be, the football club, because there it was. They came out and said, yeah, we're challenging for the league. They came out and said with their chest, knowing what we know now.
You know what? It's true. It was all a lie. You know what I mean? And for me, I think that's probably the worst moment watching being a United fan. To me, I genuinely believe that was the worst moment. What do you think that was?
To me, it was Europa League final. Not because we lost. Man United have lost finals before. Man United will go.
It's the manner.
Listen, it's the manner. It's the manner. For me, that's the first time I've seen Ollie. If all my fears, all of it came in that 90-something minutes, and the extra time, in that 120 minutes of football. Not because we lost, but because in the 90 minutes, how he failed to act and how we babied so many of these players that they were having woeful games and he refused to take them off.
But for me, that was the story of his career.
To me, that was the story of his season, to be fair. Even though we finished second.
But again, that was a false position. I did say that, but I was caught negative. For me, when I look at that Liverpool game, I think that's for me the worst thing I've ever seen, because when you look at your rivals,
in
5-0.
In over 100 years, that's the worst result. I think last time they beat us, we were called Newton Heath, and they beat us 7-2 or something like that.
It's a manner. It was the fact that they were singing "Ollie's at the wheel." You know what I mean? And they were taking a piss.
Teams weren't even playing. Games we were not even involved in. Fans were singing "Ollie's at the wheel."
Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie, we want you to stay. And then for me, I sat through it all. The Man City at home, the training ground game. You know what I mean? That was another difficult one.
Pep coming out saying we've hit the ball. We put it in the fridge, he said. Put it in the fridge.
It's true to win it, though. You know what I mean? It has been a terrible, terrible season.
But I'm glad, Saeed.
It's happened.
Because it's exposed everything. I've been talking about this for how long? You can't blag it. People go, You know that saying goes. You know what I mean? Blag it till you make it. Nah, you can't blag it, mate. You can only blag it for so long. It's gonna catch up with you. And it's 10 years of inaptitude, 10 years of failure, 10 years of lack of accountability from the whole owners to the board to the players to whatever managers we've had. No plan, no 3-year plan, no 4-year plan, no 5-year plan. Jumping from one horrific decision to another decision because the Man United are not run as a football club, and that's what the biggest thing I would be wanting to say. And people are calling me negative, people are calling me this, why are you defending him? No, it's not just one person. Even if we get Ten Hag, even if we get Pochettino, even if we get whoever the manager is, unless there's a football structure to help him, unless Matt Judge is removed, because he's the chief negotiator of transfers.
So you're saying unless everything happens,
unless he's removed, next manager's gonna fail as well. But at least we can play a bit of football with Ten Hag. At least we'll look a little bit alright, Saeed. We might play a bit of ball. Saeed, you might see a little bit of triangles from the East Stand.
Triangles with McTominay.
You might see a little bit of...
I keep saying these words, yeah. Triangles with McTominay. I'm sorry, man. It's not gonna happen, people. When Bissaka at right back, you know when it's gonna happen because of the image rights. Luke Shaw coming on. You know what I mean, Maguire, come on, man. It's not going to happen. Triangles all you want, mate. People, it's not going to happen.
Triangles FC.
That's why.
Third man runs, mate. You know.
The more I look at it,
our players know what third man run is.
The more I look at it, I'm more hoping Ten Hag comes and it will become a reality. And a lot of people say, well, he is coming. But I look at, sometimes a manager looks at the squad and thinks, what can I work with? Can he work with that squad, though? I think for Pochettino, he can work with it because he's like, you know what?
He's in Inglaterra and he's got the media darlings in it. He's a media darling.
Of course. But if you look at him at PSG now, and by the way, 3-0 at Monaco, mate. Your boy Tuchemeni.
You know what?
Oh my God, mate.
I tell people.
You told me.
I tell people.
Tuchemeni, mate.
I tell people.
What a game that was, mate.
Listen, everybody's telling me Declan Basmati. I'm like, I've had enough Basmati, mate. I don't want any Basmati. I'm not having Declan Basmati,
mate. In that midfield.
Declan Basmati is a good player.
Against Verratti.
Yeah, listen, Declan Basmati is a good player.
He's a good player, yeah.
But let's not overhype. He's the great hype. Like Maguire's gonna save our season.
Yeah.
No,
Tuchemeni,
listen to me. I tell you one.
Tuchemeni, whatever you want to say.
Listen to me. I'll tell you one stat. Pochettino has failed to beat the top 7 away from home. I'll repeat again.
Let me know in the comments, people. Is that true or not?
I'll repeat again. Pochettino, even though they're 13, they're going to win the league, right?
Well, they're going to win the league. Blake, me, you can win that league.
That's what I'm saying to you.
And you know what it is? I'm not even disrespecting the French people. But even my mate, Parisian Londoner, big up to you, Stuart. Even he would tell me that.
Yeah, of course. It's a one-horse race. It's a one-horse race, mate.
Listen, big up to Lille last season, but come on.
I'll explain to you this. I'll break it down for you. I personally think away from home, and is that the stat? Why am I not shocked at that stat? That 7 top teams, Oli Chinos failed to beat the top 7 teams away. In this country, he's failed to beat his record against the top 6 away is woeful.
I know. And you know the top 6 in France might be the top 10 in here. You know that? So you say
no, the bottom 10. They almost got the bottom 10.
So that means he probably would have beat Aston Villa away. And all these clubs that are emerging Wolves away. Because they're not in the top 6 right now.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. But you know what? He's still favourites. I'm gonna call him in the next couple of days to find out about
your good friend.
I'm gonna speak to my good friend.
You know what, man? I looked at that result yesterday, yeah, but I looked at the Nantes away. You know, again, not that other word, but Nantes. You know,
yeah, Nantes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nantes. Yeah, the other. You know, there's other teams that he's beaten convincingly, Nordin. It's not even a 1-0 away or something like that. It's convincingly.
It's a hammer.
They're not getting beat by Nice the other day as well.
They'll have to go.
And they're still, what, 10 points above the league?
13 points clear, yeah.
So, for me, like I said to you people, it's about...
And then look at Ten Hag, 3-2 yesterday.
Brilliant.
He gets sent off. He gets sent off.
Yeah.
Right.
You see the press conference, by the way, after? Mate, he was going mad at the journalist, mate. He's asking him questions and then he'll ask, well, you should know this, shouldn't you? And he's very, very detailed in what he says. He's very meticulous. He's just, for me, like I said to you...
It's intense, isn't it?
Intense. And I like that. Imagine that in these players. You know what I mean? Telling these players what to do. You want that.
Of course. There's a level of intensity to Ten Hag.
Yeah.
It's a level. That's why it's like...
And then they, for me, like I said to you, when you look at the whole podcast and we're looking back to summer, this 3 weeks, Nuruddin, yeah, you know, for me, your life would depend on it.
To me, the next manager of Man United can determine where we are in 8 years' time.
Yeah, easily.
That's what I was saying to you. So, and the biggest thing is this football structure. If the football structure's not there,
there's a guy available, you know, coming end of the season. Your best mate, Paul Mitchell, where you've been, you know, there's a podcast again, Nuruddin. I have to give you your credit where it's due.
I said it how many years ago?
4 years ago. On this Straightjacket podcast, just all you got to do is type in Straightjacket podcast Paul Mitchell, and it will show you because of the algorithms, right? And it's there, and it was available for how many years? But now all of a sudden, when Monaco are letting him go, you know, still United won't get in there. Yeah, or they'll think, oh, he's been there.
From Old Edge. It's just up the road. He's a United fan.
Did you reckon that meeting was actual?
His family, United. Listen, him and Ranieri worked together before.
Yeah,
they worked together.
Where was it at? Was it
RP Leipzig?
Yeah,
they worked together. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not getting Guinness at it because until I see certain things, I'm not. Matt Judge, would he be the first? You can bring in all the 10 best sporting directors in the world. If Matt Judge still chief negotiating on Manchester United football contracts, we're not going to do anything because they won't be able to move out the dead wood. To me, I said to you, I don't want to sign it. I just want to move out of Deadwood. I want to sign 2 players, but I want to move out the Deadwood.
But can we do that though? You know, how many are you looking at though? Deadwood, if you look at players, you know, there's a lot of players.
We're gonna do that show.
Do that show. We'll do that show. Yeah.
You know what? Next Monday we're gonna be live here. We're gonna do it on Saeed's channel on the Straightjacket podcast. We'll be live here with streaming it, and then straight after we're gonna go. So I'm gonna have my 10. You're gonna have your 10. Yeah. And then for both different channels, we'll do that.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, 100%.
And do that, and then you get 3. We all get 3. 3 that has to stay out of the 10. So 3 that will think, right, those 3, I'm not letting go. Say,
okay.
I think you can say, yeah, I'm not letting them go.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Know what? But there's a massive rebuild. There's a massive summer ahead. You know what I mean?
Saeed, I'll inform those who maybe don't, especially those people at the back. It's going to be a truncated season. You know, like lockdown. How when we came back. Project Restart, everything was congested. It's going to be like that again. Why is that? Because we're going to have the first ever Winter World Cup. So, pre-season is going to be tighter. The time for transfer is going to be tighter.
Yeah, we start in August the 1st of the season. So if you're looking at when we finish, June they'll let the players out. It's only a month really in July.
There we go, people. There we go. So this massive movement and change and all But all the propaganda MCs earlier. It's a huge summer. It's a huge summer, I tell you. It's going to be huge. Matt Judge is still in charge of the footballing contracts, mate. Matt Judge is the chief negotiator.
Does a person like Paul Mitchell come in and help destabilise that kind of control?
I said, for me, Woodward's still not gone.
Yeah, he's not gone, yeah.
He's not gone, mate. His 2 best friends hold the 2 most powerful positions. It's like you saying, Saeed, I'll go, but me and Aaron are there.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not gone. You're just in the background.
Yeah, in the background. Yeah, of course.
It's like me and Aaron could be saying, you're around there going, all right, boys.
All right, guys. I'll see you later on. I'll make sure everything's okay. It's true. But you know,
I think you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. They already said like he's going to be helping Richard Arnold set into his own new position. That's what they said.
Yeah, of course.
And now they say, oh yeah, he's got nothing to do with things. He might as well be called Ed Glazer, mate. He helped them take over this cash cow. And he's seen the news the other day. We might be having a Man United cricket team, but he'll be having a bit of that.
Well, Ragnick's out in Barbados. They've sent him out.
Scour the crickets!
I can't believe that, you know. You know that this is crazy, you know.
To get a couple of spin bowlers. Yo, if he's in Barbados, in the Caribbean, the best fast bowlers. You see Randy walking down the beach, and he sees one of the brothers playing. He's like, yeah, you know what? He'll be ringing.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? You have to almost laugh, you know, because United say they want a cricket and they build a cricket, and who do they send out? You know what, people? You got to admit, things make sense.
They think this is all round.
1 + 1 = 2, man. I'm telling you, and these things make sense, man. I can't believe it. You know. Like Ragnick will just not go on a holiday to Barbados to watch cricket, and United make a story out that they're looking to get a cricket team. And maybe that, you know what? Yeah, maybe that advisory role that you're talking about.
I love cricket, mate. Oh, I love it. Everybody knows. People who are cricket fans know that tune.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch a documentary, mate, what's it called? Oh, it's the 1970s. I forgot the name of it. It's called something Babylon something. Watch it. It's a great documentary about West Indies cricket team in the 1970s, mate. They were like Brazil, but in cricket. And you know what? They changed the rules because they were too good. England, Australia couldn't take it. They couldn't take it. They were like, oh, we can't have that. It's too much. We can't have that. We can't have that.
But you know what? Though, for me, look, coincidence, I don't think so, Nuruddin. You know, I mean, when you look at a club who, you know what I mean, are starting to form a cricket team. But this is what we are. This is what this club is in terms of, you know, having a cash cow, a club that's generated for other incomes. Yeah. That's what they're doing. You see it with the Tom Brady. You know, he might not be the same Tom Brady, but all of a sudden he retires. Cricket, Ragnick's already there. You know, it wouldn't be surprised if your basketball is going to come down a bit. You know what I mean? I'm being serious though.
Maybe I could go for it, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got that. I've got the reach, people. I got the reach.
I'd use Ronaldo for one more year to generate more income and more kind of, you know, things that I could do.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? But there's massive decisions being made this summer, and that's why I say, you know, the next manager could decide as well for you, because Pochettino, you could have the same problems. You know what I mean? And almost could be even more toxic than Ole.
Oh.
I think, you know what? It could be more...
Olechino, mate. He is a straight up yes man, Saeed. Listen, 3 years ago, Saeed was like, get him in. I love
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
You love him. Even the desperation, you were like, just get Poch in.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we've seen what...
you know what?
Poch is on his way down, man. At the moment in time, he is. He is, I'm sorry. And we need something new that we've not tried. We know what he's going to do. We know his record is against Pep. We know what his record is against Klopp. We know these things.
We know it, yeah. It's in the flesh. He might play a little bit of fancy football, but I tell you what, man, it's not... You know, sometimes I always look at him, he's always sometimes playing on the counter. You know, I'm like, you know what, I've seen enough of counter-attacks now. I'll be honest with you.
Low block counter FC.
Yeah. You know what, he's a very, very good manager in his own aspects, yeah. When it was an early time at Tottenham, it was refreshing, you know, with the kind of a diamond system.
But that's football then. The last 5-6 years, football has changed. It's gone up more.
Yeah. You know, now Conte's here, whether you like him or not, and whatnot, he's here. Whether you got Pep Guardiola's not going anytime soon. Klopp, even listen, Arsenal.
Arteta. I said, to be fair, I did say something that Arteta.
Are you sure you said that one?
I'm not lying to you. It's there somewhere. I did say.
You know what? To be fair, I looked at Arteta. I said,
and you said it as well. To be fair,
he's got the philosophy. He's got a good coach. Players. 2 years later, they've got his players. And you know what? I respect people that say he's not the right man and they don't want him. They don't want him there. But for me, they're
But they're going somewhere. There's a project there.
Project.
All they have to do now to get a spine. They get a spine. 3 players. 1 in midfield, 1 centre half, and a striker.
Partey. You know what I mean? We were looking at that player. We decided not against it.
This is it.
You know what I mean? Thomas. You know, you look at the youth.
Don't big him up, man. Big him up because he's
he become Muslim. Yeah. Big up to Thomas Partey, Gabriel. You know what? You could talk about Ben White and whatnot. 50 million, but a partnership next to him.
Yeah.
Proper
coach. I told you as well. I did say that they're gonna, because they're not gonna have any football in Europe. He's gonna get time to coach these players, and that's why I want.
You said that.
I want to finish 9th. Or 8th or 9th or 10th this season. I just want to down tools.
You know what?
I want to play with down tools.
Yeah, go on.
Down tools, man. Because you've been down tools in all season anyway. Just down tools now. Because you've been down tools FC, mate. Just down tools now, mate. Because we're not getting top 4. Stop getting giddy before you embarrass us with Europa Conference, mate. That would be an absolute embarrassment.
People say United should be competing in the Europa League.
Saeed, come on now. Thursday nights. Thursday, Sunday. No,
you know
mate.
What, Sunday's a killer when you go to the football games, man. 4:30 kick off on a Sunday.
Nah, mate, I'm not having it.
You know what I mean? You got to just think about
Saturday's the days I can go out and enjoy the result or get over it.
Get over it and have a nice night on Sunday.
Yeah, man.
And then Thursday's date night.
Cinema night, mate. Cinema night Thursday night.
You know what I mean? You know what, man? It just... For me, like I said to you, I put the question in podcast. Remember that podcast I said, Champions League football, is it for us or is it for the Glazers?
It is for the Glazers.
That's what I said.
It has been. That's why they only sack managers. It's for the Glazers.
And that's why they can't sack Ragnick now because they've got...
There was some rumour in Spain that they were going to. Because it's been kicking off since it's been kicked out of the Champions League. There was some rumour over the weekend coming from a Spanish journalist But then that's what I'm saying. Clickbait.
Who?
Saying that Ralph Ranieri might maybe let it go because before the end of the season. This is according to some Spanish reports. Check it out, people.
What, like AS Marca or?
Yeah, I was one of these Spanish journalists was saying that he could be gone. And then Gary Neville in it. Gary Neville almost stopped himself in it. He's like, he's not going to go into He's not going to go into.
For me, that would cause absolute riots, mate.
On my channel, the last show we did with me and Saeed.
Yeah, make sure you check it out
on Friday. We talked about Gary Neville speaking openly and honestly, and he put Ralph Ranieri's 2-year tenure consultancy into a doubt because he stopped himself. He's like, I don't know. He's going.
I can't believe he would actually say that, man. Knowing that what he could do for this football club and knowing what he can. But again, it's that feeling.
It was Simeone, Gary Neville.
But again, why
Robbie Fowler's come out.
What's the difference?
Robbie Fowler's come out. No, that's what I don't want. That's what I'm saying. I don't want defense.
So why is he contradicting himself? He said he didn't want Conte, but then they're both probably, I would say, similar managers, pragmatic.
No, but the only thing is that Simeone will not kick it on. You have to sack Simeone, while Conte wants to get sacked, innit? You know what I mean? When he don't get back.
I don't know.
That's the difference.
No, but that moment though, when it was available though, he said he didn't want.
No, because it's mainly because he didn't want a short-term thing. Like Simeone is more of a long-term.
Yeah, but it's a long-term. But then again, at United, it could be short-term.
It could be, yeah. But Robbie Fowler said, Man United fans are not going to put up with that type of football, and it's true.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
We're not going to want.
We don't want. That's why I didn't want Jose. I would have backed Jose if Jose played good football. I would have been his biggest fan, whether he lived in a hotel or not. I would have moved in next door.
Yeah.
I would have got the next room.
I'm sure we would have got
the room after next door to me and Saeed for one night. We would have done a hotel tour. I'm like, all right, Jose, lad, how are you? Well, no,
he's chilling now in Lazio. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, Tammy Abraham, mate. Tell you what, man.
Roma.
Yeah, sorry, Roma. You know what I mean? He's doing selfies and everything. He could be a bit more himself in Italy. You've seen it with the journalists and the fact that he can kick bottles. And
no, because they understand and they don't take his. They call him out on his bullshit. They can stop it.
Course.
They're like, Jose, come better than that now. Because they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like here, every journalist like, Jose, oh, wasn't that great? No, that was not great, mate. In Italy, they're like, when Jose goes up, they're like, all right. Because in Italy, everybody goes up, mate.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. That's what. So it's like he fits in that culture because he's just the norm. Here, he's now like, oh, Jose, no, mate. No, yeah. I'm sorry to say. For me, the biggest criteria as a Man United manager is, can you play good ball? Sorry. That's my first thing.
Over the 2 years,
can you coach?
To do that.
To me, the two things are, can you play good football? Do you play good football? Can you coach?
You know what? Yeah,
Are you a hands-on coach?
I don't think we're getting top 4 this season. I don't think we're getting the next season. You know that. So it has to be a long-term approach. It has to be at least.
It's going to be a lot more pain. It's going to be a lot
more pain before we end up being cured.
As long as Matt Judge is in charge of it, I keep repeating that name, people, for you guys to go and research. Unless Matt Judge is in charge of the Glazonomics plan, he's the chief of the Glazonomics project.
Yeah.
Unless he's removed.
He's been there for a long time, you know.
Since 2013. Woodward bought him and Arnold in this right away. As Fergie and Gill headed out. Bang, bang.
You know when people say, when United sort of died and, United started to crumble, was it really when the Glazers bought the club or when these lot came in?
It was when the Glazers bought. Despite that Fergie one.
Because they were still winning under Fergie.
No, despite that Fergie. Because Fergie said to the Glazers, you have zero to do with football. I'm running it. I'll talk to you. When I want the player, and they backed him to a certain extent. But despite that, Fergie, because only Fergie's genius, we went to won 3 back-to-back titles and we won the Champions League.
But then my point is then though, Nordin.
But then after that,
Fergie leaves,
and then Fergie then after that found out that just the value in the market was Fergie protecting the Glazers.
Yeah.
When we sold Ronaldo for 80 million.
Yeah.
Because they had to plug these like debts.
By the way, one season later.
They had to do finance repayments. They had to do these things, financial things.
But the reason why I say this is because you said, that the Glazers are the sole reason why the club has died. But then when you look at it, if you're saying that...
And then they put the wrong people in charge. They put bankers who helped them take over the football club. And they put too much power in Ed Woodward. That's why Patrice Evra was like, the Glazers sometimes don't know that they're not bad people. I'm like, shut up, because you went out into Miami and they show you a nice time. They don't mean that they're good for Man United.
And obviously he's got the club, you know what I mean? He's got the club. But my thing is, you said, the Glazers, whatnot. But then how can, say now if Matt Judge leaves, You're still saying that United can still recover?
No, this is what I'm saying to you. Unless Richard Arnold has built two different things, has built a proper football structure. Yeah. Man United are coming back from it, and the biggest obstacle to that is removing Matt Judge.
Yeah. So okay then, we get rid of Matt Judge.
Yeah, we get rid of Matt Judge. So let's say we have you get rid of Matt Judge. Yeah. You have Ranić still there.
Yeah.
You've got Paul Mitchell, the head of recruitment.
Yeah.
And then Darren Fletcher gets binned out.
But Murtough does some sort of, I don't know what he does, but apparently he's meant to be good at something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, to be fair.
By the way, Danny good at details here. He keeps saying that Murtaugh's doing this and can you tell him? What does he say? Because every time I write something about Murtough and he needs to leave the club, he always keeps saying, but he's done this and he's done that.
He has done that. Listen, he helped to set up the women's team. That's not a mean feat. You know what I mean?
But then also to put them in the where they were.
And then
in the cabins.
No sanitary towels for women.
There you go. And then Casey Stone left.
No sanitary bins, sorry. No sanitary bins.
And Casey Stone left.
Yeah, Casey Stoney left.
So how do you then credit that?
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what
all credit's out the window. Okay,
so that's another one. That to me, he's gone. And I argue that big up Danny, the devil in the detail. Big him up. Follow him on Twitter. Brother's tactically amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He watches United, he analyses every aspect of the game. John Murtaugh's also credited, which is true, reviving Man United youth team. That's why we're in the final. The youth team are in the final because of the work that John Murtough has done.
Okay.
Right. Buying all these youngsters. We signed this kid from Brighton yesterday.
Yeah.
The day before, we signed this kid from Brighton, and he's top to be one of the best leaders of his generation, of his age category. Anyway,
can I rebuttal that one? So when do you reckon they're going to be promoted to the first team?
Well, this is what I'm saying to you.
So again, that's another thing.
FC, nobody can get in. Listen,
that's what I'm saying to you. And you can have the best.
I say exactly the same argument to Danny. I always say the exact argument, but he says to me that when he followed his time, I think he was in England, he was helping England, he came from Everton. Him, Matt Judge, Richard Arnold, all came at the same time.
I know they did.
2013.
Yeah.
But the big thing is this: to navigate the bankers and to navigate the Glazers, even if you're an employee, is really difficult.
I'm not doubting that.
If you know football. So, John Murtough could have been giving them so many amazing ideas. Right,
and it could just be,
and they could have been just be like, nah, mate, you don't know. And this Woodward is that arrogant. Nah, this is my way.
It doesn't
so for me, I give him credit. I give him credit for bringing Elise Ranić, because he's not a director of football.
Yeah. So
he is a science-based guy. He builds academies. He builds the women's, but he's not at the level of Ranić or Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
Or on the top directors of football, yeah? So he's brought in somebody who knows a little bit what he's doing. So I'll give him credit to that. But to me, I said, I give him no credit, but I'm waiting. And I will come on camera, write the words out, and eat it here live on camera. Yeah. I'll eat it. I'll eat the words. I'll take it back. But for me, he's not done anything yet. Because to me, Casey Stoney leaving was the biggest thing for me. That was the biggest damning thing against Murtough. Because you helped to set up the women's team.
This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And then you let it run into the ground. And not even that 10 players left with her.
Yeah.
So many American internationals left with her.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say to you, Nuruddin, is that, was it really, really great? And that's the argue you could get. So we'll have to find out. But this summer, Nuruddin, how do you think this is the biggest summer you get? You know, the podcast is the title.
I think it's the biggest summer in terms of getting the right coach, manager in, and right coaching team in, getting the right football structure people in. So if Man United bought in Ten Hag, Mitchell, if you know what I mean, then we got rid of 3 or 4 players and bought in maybe 2 midfield players.
Yeah.
I think Man United.
Yeah, exactly. You think Ghana's are ready to come in? I think they are for me. Because you know why?
Listen to me. I think
you've got to give them a chance. Lampard did it with Mason Mount and all that. I'm not saying that they're similar players.
Nah, Chelsea are a better team.
No, but I'm just saying to you.
Yeah. Listen, we can go on a journey. If you want to go youth, yes, you want to try.
Europa League next season. Okay, you don't want it, but Europa League next season, James Garner and these lot can play in it.
Yeah, bring Ahmed back.
There's enough. The whole premise of sending people out on loan, is that they're not having enough games at United. Yeah. And they will have enough games.
But at the moment, for what we watch, these guys who are having enough games, we've seen what they can do. They're horrendous.
Yeah.
So time to give. To me, I would do a massive overhaul, but do not expect a massive overhaul because that's not the Manchester United way.
It's not the Manchester United way. It's not the Manchester United way.
Well, Matt Judge and the Glazonomics is in effect. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. They're going to be begging players to stay. They're going to be begging Paul Pogba to stay. Yeah. They're going to be begging Cavani to stay another year.
Yeah.
They'll be begging Ronaldo to stay.
Yeah.
Instead of moving that on, just having a massive clear out. That's what I'm saying to you. I just want to sign two midfielders, clear everybody out, mate. That's what I want to do. Clear top heavy, clear the wages. And you know what? Then do something now, the next transfer. So get your whole also ducks in a row. You know what I mean? Get your ducks in a row for the next transfer.
True.
So then you know exactly who's coming to you, what position. Other than just try to panic and think, oh, we're gonna buy last days or whatever here.
Last days, yeah.
Like what we usually do.
Like we usually do, yeah. You know what? It's a sad reality, man. Sad reality, and you know what, man? I think this football club is a massive, and it just depends. We cannot do anything. We could just sit here and just see what unfolds. But the club have to have an owner, because I look at Liverpool 10 years behind. You know what I mean? Andy Mitten made a tweet yesterday. You know, I don't normally agree with Andy Mitten.
Nah, man, listen.
I don't really agree with him.
He's a journalist, yeah.
Yeah, but I get it. But
he has his journalist right questions. Listen, in the interview, he doesn't. He said, because to get access, you have to play ball with these people.
Yeah. So he said, MCF, Man City, Chelsea, and Man United and Liverpool biggest spenders in the Premier League in the last 10 years, in that order. So Man United are third biggest spenders. Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool in the Premier League top three. Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool still in the Champions League. Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool still in the FA Cup. Man United nowhere. So much money wasted.
Yeah, because.
But then someone said to me, to be fair, Andy, we've been in the top three last 2 seasons. Just had a complete disaster. This again, you know what I mean? Thinking about the short term, you know.
So because 2 of those years were COVID years, man.
And also, when you look at it then, look at it now, it's been a false position.
Yes, it has been. We got exposed.
Just in that court there.
I think it could be a false position, or the team just peaked. Or Ollie Ball just peaked, mate.
Ollie Ball just peaked, yeah. And, you know, the others were using... The others had injuries. Liverpool had injuries. Still within 5 points behind us.
Liverpool.
Lampard just about got Tuchel and they won the Champions League.
Battered us at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Arteta was figuring out what he's meant to do.
Yeah.
And now they've come back. Man City still stepped the same. So everyone else was trying to adjust in that time. And look where they are now. And now they've adjusted, caught up to us. Bang. See you later.
Yeah.
There we go, people.
Listen, the biggest thing I'll say... If you're a United fan, if you're a match-going Man United fan, whether you're going away or at home, if you're not willing to take banners into that, nothing ain't going to change.
Yeah, nothing going to change.
If you're going to do a walkouts at home, nothing going to change.
And I
protesting is not going to
change seats.
Yeah,
we'll get the banners out.
You know what? Protesting is the only thing not going to do it. Civil disobedience is the way. Because power, one of the great African American civil rights leaders said, Frederick Douglass, power concedes nothing without a demand.
There you go. Maybe that's a message to the fans, you know what I mean? So listen, time will tell, people. But big up to everybody who's watched the video. If there isn't, you know, what shall we set them a target of likes, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm telling you, if there's
Let's
not
500 likes.
If there's not 500 likes, then
500 likes.
And I think we might have to scrap the Straightjacket, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we'll have to just do something on the show because there's no point talking.
We need your support, people.
We can't talk this straight. And now we're 3 away from 50. Come on, people.
Yeah, 3K away. And make sure again, people, if you're not subscribed, then get in. How many are you away from it?
I'm about 200, I think. I think 200 away.
Let me just check here, man, people.
It's about 200, I think, from 5,000.
Let's check here. Yeah, you know what? Not even 200. 130.
Okay.
170, sorry. 170 people on here, on the Straightjacket podcast. If you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, personally, I don't know why you're not subscribed, because we've been part of the channel for 2 years. And surely you got to support
you know what? Shout out to the other brother as well, Rico. He came from America, Minnesota, the brother of ours.
Oh, yeah, Somalia. Yeah, come on, big up Rico, man.
Big up Rico.
Came up to me, came in to support you guys and that, man.
Yo, big up Rico. Seen him Saturday morning, Sunday morning in Rusholme.
What?
He came for the game. He came to watch the Liverpool game because... And to bought tickets and everything, but the game got rescheduled.
Oh,
so he's supposed to go to Anfield. I seen him in Rusholme, bro.
Oh, but you know what? Make sure...
Big up Rico, man.
Yeah,
honestly,
Rico, man. Oh,
I'm chatting to people after I'm raved out, high as a kite just from raving. There, Saturday. And he's like, there it is. I'm like, who's this kid? I don't know him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I know I raved, but I don't recognize you. He's like, yo, you are Saeed, man. I've been watching them.
Yeah, he came up to us in Minnesota, man. I'm from Minnesota, man. Supporting, man. Big up to him, man.
Yo, so he came. He came for the game and another game, I think, but both of them got being rescheduled. But he came for the game on Sunday, Liverpool game.
Wow.
Yeah, so big up Rico, man. Love and respect to him, man. All the way from Minnesota, man.
Big up to you, man. Big up to everybody who's watching.
Our
globally,
tribe,
man.
mate. Our ethnicity. Our brother, mate.
Come
big
on,
up.
bro. Love, man. Big up to everybody who's watching around the
Yeah,
globe
listen,
as well,
big
man.
up, man. Big up to
Big
everybody.
up to everyone who supports Straightjacket podcast.
always.
Knowing it's your birthday, what are you going to do? It's, you know what? It's gone cloudy, man. I don't know where this sun has gone, man. It's almost as if...
Yo,
you know
we
what,
came
man?
out-
I don't think we can ever get sun in here in Manchester. Because there's so much cloud around here.
Listen, it's because of the Pennines. I said we need to dig,
Pennines.
we need to dig up those Pennines, but then somebody said we won't get as much as rain then. But the Pennines that hide the sun, mate. They hide the sun.
So what are you going to do? You're going to go down?
I'm gonna go for a meal. I had an amazing I was raving hard.
Where'd you go?
My brethren played all my music. Pear Hat. It's on Facebook. Check out the videos on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll do.
And then big up David Light as well. We did it was his stag do, so we went to go-karting and
right,
stuff like that.
Daytona,
So,
the Old Trafford.
No, we went to the Warrington one.
Oh, so you went, you
Madness.
said avoid Old Trafford.
Listen. So I knew I was going out to rave for my birthday. Yeah, I didn't want to get injured. I can't fit in a car, man. I'm too tall. I'm too tall.
They're quite tall, they're quite small.
No, the knees were like up to my chin here. Anyway, but you know, I've got really competitive brethren here, right?
Old Trafford seats are hard enough, you know.
Anyway, exactly. The car knees are up to past my chin, mate. My knees are like hugging me here, like holding my face, like. Anyway, so I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to. I already got a grace here. I smashed into the sides. Yeah. I already busted my knee here, right? So I was like, but anyway, for the record, people, I recorded the slowest laps in the history of go-karting at Warrington. I might be going back there. They might be giving me a special award. I was moving
more trophies than
bro.
United.
I was moving more like Man United during transfers. I was a slug on the track. I was just trying to avoid people. And shout out Bumbaye and Kazim and that, wiping me out.
They probably went back.
And you know what the funniest thing, yeah? So the guy explained the introductions to us, yeah? You watch the video, he breaks it down for you. Left, it's the brake. Right, it's the accelerator. My guy, as soon as I get in there, I just step on it. There was another group, right?
Yeah.
Before they give you the flags.
Yeah, the white flag.
Everybody's lined up. I go straight. I'm trying to slow down, but I press the accelerator stuff and the brakes, and I smash into this lad. His neck's like that, man. Jerk man like that. Everybody's laughing at me. I'm like, oh my God.
You know what? That sums up the season, man. You know what I mean? Again,
honestly, I was just imagine Man United. On the go.
You know what? You know what? Yeah.
I'm Man United, mate. I represented the club to the full.
Yeah. Well, that's me on the big six, though. I was bottom, and now I've come up from the top. I've had a good week. So I need to avoid getting relegated on the big six. I have to have a hot chili. So listen, big up to everybody who's supporting everywhere, people. Norridin, enjoy your birthday. Big up to everybody. Like I said to you, let's hope for 500k people. And keep supporting the channel. And we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.